Good evening. Former US President Donald Trump swept into Turnberry today on the second day of a visit to Scotland. He was escorted by police as he met staff and played a round of golf this afternoon. The tycoon, who is facing legal trouble in the States over his business practices, has been in the country to break ground for a new golf course in Aberdeenshire. Vanessa Taff reports.
Getting ready for a round of golf as he praises a familiar face. It's the second time on a Scottish golf course in 24 hours for the former US President Donald Trump.
Are you here to escape your legal problems, President Trump?
A question he wasn't willing to answer. Despite his political problems, it hasn't put off his Scottish supporters.
I come down the driveway and he says, I like that guy, So, there we go, that's my 5 minutes of fame.
And what is it you like about him so much?
Everything he does, everything he stands for. He's still the Commander-in-Chief, no doubt in my mind.
So you don't accept that Joe Biden's really the
No,
president?
could never accept Joe Biden, no.
Well, that was an absolute buzz, so it was. I can't believe we were just in time to see him. That was really, really cool. I shouted something silly because I couldn't even think what to say. I thought, I've got to say something now, but no, it was a buzz, wasn't it?
Yeah, my dad's going to be so mad.
And are you guys fans of Donald Trump's? What do you think?
Big
Yes,
fans.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Are you surprised to see that kind of fella? I think so.
Donald Trump is facing allegations of rape and defamation in the United States. He's also pled not guilty to 34 accounts of falsifying his business records.
Donald Trump's legal woes in the United States are far from on his mind as he takes in a round or two here at Turnberry. After his whistle-stop tour to Scotland, it's onward to Turnberry on the west coast of Ireland.
Closer to home, his visit has caused controversy.
He's done very little, if anything, for Scotland, and certainly in the North East, he's not loved. He promised loads of jobs, he promised loads of investment, and like in so many places, all he leaves behind him is disappointment and broken promises.
Tonight, the former president will finish his round of golf and spend his final evening on Scottish soil in his Turnberry hotel. This trip has attracted a lot less attention compared to previous visits. If his bid to become president again is successful, his next time in town may not be as relaxed.
Have a good time, everybody.
Vanessa Taff, STV News in Turnberry.
The parents of murdered primary school teacher Morel Sturrock say they're shocked and devastated by the death of their daughter. In a statement, Colin and Laura Sturrock said Morel was the happiest person you could ever meet and that she and her partner doted on each other. The pregnant 35-year-old was found dead at her home in Glasgow last Tuesday. The body of her fiancé, David Yates, was later recovered from Mugdock Reservoir. A ship that toppled over in an Edinburgh dry dock, injuring 35 people, has been righted. The US Navy-owned RV Petrel was undergoing maintenance work when it dislodged from its holdings and tipped over in March. 23 people were taken to hospital. Now, charity bosses say greater inclusivity is needed in sports and the wider society to support women going through the menopause. New research released by SAMH found menopause was a barrier to being active, with 57% of women reporting a decrease in activity levels and 94% reporting a change in their mood and self-esteem.
Some of the barriers that women told us they faced in being active or becoming more active, confidence levels was absolutely huge, the caring commitments, and also a lack of menopause-friendly solutions that make you feel like you belong to something that is for you.
And finally, dozens of car fanatics have gathered in Linwood to celebrate 60 years since the first Hillman Imp was manufactured there. Thousands of people were employed by Roots and Chrysler, which made the car in the 1960s and 70s. Selena Jackson was there.
The Hillman Imp, for many Scots, the first car they owned. Now, 60 years old. Manufactured in Linwoods, the Hillman Imp brought jobs and wealth to the area. They were plagued with problems though, and the factory closed down in the early 80s. But the car remains iconic here.
As a 17-year-old, my first car was a Hillman Imp, and working in the local area, we got to know the people who could help us, shall we say. And everybody in Linwood really had a Chrysler car or a Roots car for obvious reasons.
And now, former employees and car fanatics have gathered exactly 60 years after the first one was produced.
I think it's great because I built every one of them. I had a hand in every one of them.
And they've all been, so well preserved here, and how great is it to see them again?
It shows you how good my job was done. And my tack welding was done was good using the welding guns.
Oh, it's amazing looking about. That's the first I've been at the show. It's amazing, it really is. They're beautiful, some of the cars.
Only around 2,000 are still on the roads, but there's plenty to reminisce about.
The guys are always up to something because it's boring working in a production line all day. So they've got a set of overalls and stuffed it with paper and put a bonnet on it and put it on the back of a car, and they get a Glasgow Herald. And this dummy was reading the Glasgow Herald, and the Yanks who used to run the place, they'd come down shouting, "Sack that man, sack that." That's the kind of thing they're up to.
The production line may be long gone, but for imp enthusiasts, there's plenty of mileage left to fuel their passion for another 60 years. Selina Jackson, STV News, Linwood.
Now Sean has the weather forecast.
Things are hotting up. TUI sponsors STV Weather.
A very good evening to you. The weather pretty quiet just now. You've got high pressure ridging in from the north, bit more changeable though as we head towards Friday. Some heavy thundery showers returning. But quiet through tonight, a lot of cloud around. There will be some light showers at times, but many of it staying largely dry, and it will stay mild, particularly so across Ayrshire, Dumfries and Galloway, and also Argyll. Temperatures here about 12 degrees overnight in a few spots, so very mild here. Now tomorrow we've got a weather front coming in from the southwest, so predominantly a cloudy day, shower outbreaks of rain initially across the southwest of the country, but Ayrshire, across Arran, Kintyre, we should see brighter skies coming in here during the afternoon, feeling quite pleasant in that afternoon sunshine with highs about 15, maybe 16 degrees Celsius. But that cloud and rain drifting its way northwards, we should see very little, if any, rain across eastern parts of Fife, Edinburgh, East Lothian, Mid Lothian and also at the borders, most of it tending to stay to the west. Thursday, the best of the weather across western parts, a lot of cloud in the east, very showery Friday, a little bit drier for most of us Saturday.
TUI sponsors STV Weather.
That's all from us for the moment. From everyone on the Late team, good night.